What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Raptor Strike studio, and we have some goodies here that actually I've had for a month or two because they've just been sitting here in the studio. But the big thing is we have some pads, some rotors, and as well as this giant box from Willwood. The guys over at R&R Off-road had recommended this kind of setup for the 2019 anime Raptor that we have. We're going to do a big brake kit from Willwood that we're going to unbox here in today's video, as well as you already know what brakes and rotors look like. The main thing when it comes to like the rear is it really only does about 30% of the braking compared to what the fronts are. So a good an upgraded rotor and upgraded pads should do just fine in the rear. Here's how some of the R1s come out. Like I said, y'all know what these look like. They have the black coating on them just to help with oxidization, lower the amount of rusting. And of course, all that's going to go away with a couple of good hard brakes, because then that's where these kick in. But let's get into what you get with the Willwood kit. Turner. So come along with us because this is my very first Willwood kit, because I've actually never installed these on a vehicle before. I guess I should say never really had the money to do it. I still don't, but sponsored by a firm. You get stickers. You get stickers. There's gonna be a lot of boxes. Another big thing, you actually get, in this kit, it comes with the braided stainless steel lines. Great upgrade to have. Your mounting hardware. Here are your actual performance pads. Assume these are the calipers. With just monstrous rotors. Oh god. Alright. Let's see. These should be nice. Oh yeah.
Look at that.
At that. And you get even more stickers. Woohoo! Yeah, they want you to know that you bought Willwood.
Look at all the logos. It's just all Willwood. God, that's nice looking. Like, compared to my forearm.
Banana for scale. Banana for scale. I wonder if I can look at that. God.
We're gonna have to completely flush that brake system.
The absolute monster. Alrighty, so this is, I just took one of everything out of the pack. But look at just the sheer, that's gonna make a good thumbnail right there. So the sheer size of these calipers. These are an upgrade to the 6-piston Willwoods. You can either get this kit in black or red, and of course I chose the red. That's my favorite color. Here's just the pad. I mean, I probably should have had like a factory pad handy, but we can do that when we're doing the install video. This stuff definitely shows like it's worth the price. Just the cost of rotor itself. I mean, you have the slots, you have the venting. This thing, as Sal said when we were doing the unboxing, this is like an unbelievable amount of thermal mass. There should be no brake fade with this. Another nice thing about this kit is that it does come, hopefully there's no big reflection on it, but it does come with the stainless steel brake lines for the front half. You can do an upgrade for the rear, the ones that are along the sides of the axle housing, but for the most part, majority of your braking power comes from the front of brakes. which is why you're gonna need. It's a really heavy truck, so you need a big enough brake that can handle all of that. Because coming from driving regular F-150s to buying the Raptor, one of the biggest things that was on my list was definitely the brakes. It's a whole different way of how to apply the brakes, actually press them, because of course the suspension makes it feel like you're slowing down, but you're really not, because it tilts forward and you're like, oh, I'm slowing down. It's not really how that works. Like, you really got to put your foot in it. That, and it's empty or curb weight is 5,500 pounds. That's a lot to stop. So these should be the kit that you can retain the 17-inch wheels. Again, not having the scale of having everything next to the truck. They look bigger. They look like the big kit, but I'm pretty sure this is the correct kit that I can retain the 17-inch wheels that I have currently. And everything should bolt on. So if you've ever done a caliper swap for a GT Mustang or a EcoBoost Mustang, and you put the GT brakes on, that's really what this should be. You're disconnecting brake lines, you're putting everything back together, and then you're bleeding it out, reconnecting. And I did that on Gwen, which was my 2016 Mustang that we had. There it is. Yeah, so that one had the original EcoBoost brakes, and then we upgraded to the GT brakes. And to be honest, I'm still a little, I'm gonna call it starstruck, because these are things I've only ever seen in video games. Like all of the racing games and everything, I would do Brembo or Willwood or Bear, and that's the only time I've actually really ever seen these. So it's a really big different feeling when it's applying to an actual vehicle that I have. And I do think I want to do a couple of 60 to 0 times, and then seeing the big difference between them, because there should be a humongous difference, especially when we incorporate the rear rotor and pad upgrade. But other than that, if y'all want to take a look at these kits, look them up online, or reach out to our good friends at Apollo Off-road. But be cool, stay humble. We'll see y'all when we install all this stuff. Later.